Hey writers, so today what we're going to do is we're actually going to set up our writing notebooks. So you are going to need two things. You are going to need a pencil and you are going to need your writing notebook. Now your notebook is inside your learning kit. So it's inside your backpack that you got from Riverview. So you're probably, I'm guessing, going to have to pause this video to go get it. So take some time and then you're going to go get your notebook and you're going to get a pencil. When you have a notebook and a pencil, come back, play the video so that you know exactly what to do. All right? You can pause it and then come back when you found your notebook and pencil. Hello, welcome back. Okay, so I was doing some thinking, and yesterday I had you, we listened to part of a story, the Donald Cruz story, and in that story, the author zooms in on a moment, and the author zooms in when they just get to the house, and the author points out all of these different things that we can see, right? And I had you guys, you lovely scholars, I had you type your story, or some of you wrote it with your finger. And I was thinking about it, and I thought, you know what? Now is a really good time to start our notebooks. And the reason is we're going to be adding so many details to your stories to make them really, really good, to make them really interesting to your readers. And if you have to keep going back to old assignments on Seesaw, that's a lot of back and forth, and I think it will be really, really challenging and difficult for you. I know it would be for me. So that's why we're going to pause today, and all you're going to do is you're going to write your story. So the story you wrote yesterday, that small moment seed story idea, you're going to pull that idea up, and you're going to look at it on your iPad, and you're going to just copy it down in your notebook, okay? And the way it's going to look like this. So in my notebook, I haven't used my notebook for anything else. If you have, that's okay. If you used a couple pages, you can always carefully take those pages out so that your first fresh page, oh, it feels nice to touch paper, so that your first page is set and ready to go. So a couple things. It's really important that we fill up each and every page in our notebooks. So don't start in the middle, okay? Don't work upside down. You want to make sure that when you open your notebook, it's like you're opening up a book and you're writing on this page right here. Now there's a couple things that I think are really helpful and really important for writers. And the first thing is when we're writing in our notebooks, we should write every other line. Let me show you what I mean. I like to make X's, and that's what I want you to do too. So what I do is I put an X. So I got a little excited. I started my work already. But what I do is I put an X on the top line, and then it's a space. X, space, X, space, X. And I like to do it ahead of time because otherwise I always forget. My students in the past could tell you, if I don't do this, I forget. So I go and I just mark every other line. And the reason for that is so we have space in between our lines if we ever want to add more detail, okay? So I put my title at the top, and this title is not perfect. It's not my final title, but I just put what I had written on my paper on Seesaw yesterday. So I put Adopting Tilly, the first 10 minutes with Tilly in the bathroom. So I put that on the top of my notebook, and I just put like a rectangle around it. So you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to put your title in a rectangle on top. And then you're going to copy your story down every other line. So I had my story up from Seesaw. I wrote, Tilly and I were in my tiny bathroom. And remember, I wrote all of this already. I'll show you on my phone. Hang on. Remember this? Oh, that's blurred. This is what I wrote for you yesterday. So I'm just writing this down in my notebook. That's all you're doing today, is you're taking your idea from Seesaw and you're copying it down in your notebook. Okay? Every other line. And then you're just going to take a picture of your notebook page and show it to me. Some of you You might have more than one page. If you fill up the whole page and you have more to tell, that's awesome. You can just go to the back side and do the same thing with the X's. And write more. That's awesome. That's totally fine. But write down every sentence you have on that page, okay? Or on your Seesaw pages. So I think I gave you 12 or 13 pages. Just make sure you copy everything down in your notebook and then take a picture. So title on top, every other line has an X, just like that. And then that's it. You're not going to add anything else to your story unless you think of something else to add. That's always okay. All right. If you have trouble finding your notebook, talk to one of your grown-ups at home and see if they can help you. They might have put it in a safe place for you. And that's it for the day. I can't wait to see your writing in your notebooks. It feels good to write by hand. We've been using Seesaw for so many things. I hope you're excited. Just make sure you keep your notebook in a really safe place, away from pets, away from your dog, away from your cats, and away from younger siblings and cousins. All right, writers, have a good day.